friends, my name is Kareem.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a board-certified behavior analyst, and I've been working specifically with kids on the autism spectrum and their families in some capacity for about 10 years. I wanted to give a brief overview of what autism is and what it can look like in your child or others. Autism spectrum disorder is what's called a neurodevelopmental disorder. That means something changes as the child grows in the womb, and it affects brain development. Now, there's no blood test or genetic marker to diagnose autism, which can make it seem like it develops in toddlerhood, but current research still points to it being present at birth. It's not caused by vaccines or any specific parenting styles or behavior, anything you ate or didn't eat while you were pregnant. Autism is just a difference in how the brain communicates with the body, so it affects how a person interacts with the world. Some of the key indicators of autism are behavior differences that become apparent when a child is a toddler or a preschooler, depending on the severity of the symptoms. To have an autism diagnosis, a child has to show difficulty with social interaction, nonverbal communication, and they engage in restricted or repetitive behaviors. That can look like a lot of different things. So some kids might lack age-typical skills of a back-and-forth conversation or sharing of interests, or they may not speak at all. It can be hard for kids with autism to make eye contact while talking, or to understand the complex world of nonverbal communication that neurotypical peers pick up on without specific guidance. Kind of those interactions at the playground. Some kids with autism appear to have no interest in their peers, and some may just need a little extra support to navigate friendships. Autism spectrum disorder is just that, a spectrum. All kids have different challenges and need differing levels of support. It can even vary by the day. Restricted or repetitive interests can look like a child fixated on only one part of a toy or an object instead of playing with it in a typical fashion. So for example, a child who likes to hold a race car toy upside down and spin the wheels and can watch them for hours. Or some kids with autism spin their bodies around or flap their hands when they're excited. And some hit their heads or maybe pinch themselves if they get upset. Other kids may not be able to handle changes in their routine without extreme distress. And if you've ever met a kid that only wants to talk about one thing, despite other people around them being obviously uninterested, you may have seen restricted interest in action. A lot of people with autism experience everyday sensations differently than other people as well. So noises like a vacuum cleaner or the hum of the fluorescent lights can be completely overwhelming for someone with autism. Flashing lights or itchy clothing tags can also overload kids with autism. So as a caregiver, sensory triggers are sometimes the easiest to remove or work around for kids on the spectrum. It's important to know what your kids are sensitive to help support them. That's why you often see kids with autism wearing headphones in loud or crowded areas. Treatments for autism are available and effective. Evidence-based treatments include applied behavior analysis, speech therapy, and occupational therapy. Many students with autism also receive special education services through their school with either an IEP or a 504 plan. Applied behavior analysis can occur in your home or in a clinical setting and helps teach new skills to replace problem behavior. So for example, learning to wait patiently for a turn or asking for help instead of tearing up your homework. For children who don't speak vocally, other ways to communicate, including sign language or utilizing alternative communication devices, are taught with the help of a speech therapist. Occupational therapists can help focus on sensory needs. Autism spectrum disorder can be an overwhelming diagnosis, but with the support of your pediatrician and the right clinical team, your child can overcome obstacles and turn challenges like restricted interests into benefits like being the expert in their field.
Don't forget to subscribe for more fun. Bye-bye, superstars.